The libs are terrified right now because the Republicans have unified government. Republicans have officially held the House. We've flipped the Senate. We have the White House. And because of Trump's excellent Supreme Court picks, we have a conservative Supreme Court, even though sometimes the conservatives go squishy. Justice Gorsuch enshrines transgenderism into our civil rights law in the Bostock case. That's not good. Or John Roberts is a swing vote. He upheld Obamacare. So it's a conservative court, but it's a little bit shaky. I wouldn't mind another vote or two to make our conservative majority not just 5 or 6, but 7 or 8. Well, some Democrats are really, really fearful that that might happen. So they are calling on left-wing Justice Sonia Sotomayor to step down before Trump enters into office, which would allow the still Democrat Senate to install a left-wing justice on the order of Ketanji Jackson or Sonia Sotomayor, a very left-wing justice. And that way, Trump won't have a chance to shift the balance of the court even more. So NBC asks Bernie Sanders, one of the most far-left members of the U.S. Senate, what he thinks about this plan. And Bernie gives a surprising answer.
Before I let you go, I do want to ask you about the Supreme Court. Some Democrats behind the scenes quietly talking about the possibility, should Justice Sotomayor step down, to allow President Biden to appoint someone who's younger. She's only 70 years old. Is that something that you would support? Do you think she should step down?
No, I don't.
Have you heard any talk of this?
A little bit, yes. I don't think it's a sensible approach.
And you don't think it's a sensible approach?
Correct.
All right.
Since when is Bernie Sanders a man of few words? This is a man beaten down by a Tuesday landslide. So what do you think? This reminds me of the coverage in 2016, 2 months after the election. Here's one weird way Bernie might still win the election. No, I'm not going to win. It is over. We have totally lost. Just what do you think about this plan? Do you think that Sotomayor should step down? No. You've heard about it, though. Yeah. But you think it's bad? Correct. I, for one, not that Bernie's listening to my opinion, not that Chuck Schumer's listening to my opinion, or Sonia Sotomayor for that matter. I think it would be a great idea for Democrats right now to pressure Sotomayor to step down. And then for her to step down, and for Joe Biden to pick a really far left-wing Supreme Court nominee. Go to supremecoup.com/Knowles. The radical left is plotting a Supreme Court coup. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. These progressive ideologues want to eliminate the court's conservative majority by packing it with their own hand-picked justices. It's not court reform. It's a blatant power grab to get the outcomes they want. Here's the frightening part. If one party controls the House, Senate, and presidency come January, they could restructure the court overnight. With a simple majority vote and a president's signature, their plan becomes reality. But there is hope. First Liberty is leading the charge to protect the Supreme Court from this radical plan. They're fighting to preserve the legitimacy of the court and the separation of powers that safeguards our freedom. Don't let them Venezuela your United States. Go to supremecoup.com/Knowles. That is Supreme, COUP.com/KNOWLES to learn how you can help stop the left's takeover of the Supreme Court. The future is in your hands. Right now, go to supremecoup.com/Knowles. This is one of the biggest issues at stake in this election. supremecoup.com/Knowles. Look, they still got, what is it? It's November, so you got December into a little bit of January. You got 2 months to ram this nominee through. So I think it would be great. You get that far left nominee who believes all sorts of crazy stuff after a landslide election that gave Republicans unified government with a bare majority in the U.S. Senate for the Democrats, and then try to get that nominee through. Please. Please. Oh, boy, would I love that. Because then you could have Joe Manchin come out. He's not running for re-election. He's out. He's out in 2 months. Get that Joe Manchin over there to see if he wants to vote for that far-left nominee. How about Kyrsten Sinema? She's out, too. Let's get Kyrsten Sinema. Does she want to vote for that far-left nominee? Who knows? I don't know. Get Angus King. Get any of the Dems or independents who caucus with Dems to see if they're going to vote. You have to pry off like 2 votes. And then what would happen? Then the nominee would go down. It'd be kind of close because the Democrats nuked the filibuster on most judicial nominees, and then in response, the Republicans nuked the filibuster on the Supreme Court nominees. So you no longer need 60 votes. All you need is a bare majority. But the Democrats only have a bare majority, and they got at least a couple people, 2 or 3, who are not going to go for far leftism and who got the message from Tuesday. So then in that situation, you have Sotomayor steps down. Biden can't get his Supreme Court nominee through the Senate. The Supreme Court nominee goes down in flames. And then Trump comes into office. First thing he does is replaces Sotomayor. Sounds great to me. Where do I sign up? I thought that we couldn't win any more decisively than we did last Tuesday. But if we get what the Democrats are calling for here, we could have a 7-seat conservative majority on the court with a couple squishes in there, but whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it, baby. Ooh, man. That might actually get me tired of winning. I don't think there's a limit, but that would be so astounding. That was a great clip. Now stop. Stop. Just stop. And ring that bell. And subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel so that I can see you next time.